Hey, today we're going to talk about When Blushing Hurts by Enrique Jadresic. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I just started this book and I want to give you a little bit of insight about what I've figured out so far, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have not been uploading as much as I would like, and you may have seen in some of my other videos that things have just been really hectic at work since my dad has passed away, and then I took a little bit of time off and then jumped back into the swing of things. In the professional realm, it's just been really crazy, and I normally don't like to lean on it was crazy and this is why this is happening, because I believe we can manage ourselves and we can set things as a priority, but it's been crazy, like for real crazy. When you take a whole department and you restructure it and you break pieces off and you infrastructure and all the things, all while you're in the middle of growing a successful business. It's not like 20 employees, it affected like 200 employees. So anyway, I'm okay. I'm gonna survive it. So I believe that things are going to start shaking out now and getting better and better and better. But sometimes when you have to make those big changes up front, it's literally like, this is me biting my nails. So anyway, I want to talk to you today about When Blushing Hurts by Enrique Jadresic. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say his last name. Jadresic? Either way, Enrique. Great book so far. I'm only about halfway through it. It is talking about overcoming abnormal facial blushing. There are not a lot of books out there about blushing. There are not a lot of books out there about erythrophobia that I know of. If you know of some, leave it in the comments below. But every time I've done research on skin flushing and excessive chronic blushing and erythrophobia, this book comes up. So I decided to order it a couple weeks ago and it came in, and I've just been reading over it over the past few days and throughout the weekend. The thing with Enrique is that he is a MD. I believe his background is in psychology. I always get psychologist and psychiatrist mixed up, and I know one prescribes, the psychiatrist so can prescribe medicine, the other one can talk you through things. But you know, he not only has that information from a schooling standpoint, he actually was dealing with overwhelming blushing himself. And just hearing his story so far about when it triggered, how it was in the classroom, I'm not going to give all the information away in his book, but I would highly suggest it as of right now. I'm midway through, like I said, and if you're looking for something that you can read and relate to or go, oh my gosh, they get it, then definitely this is the book for you. Similar to how this channel is set up is that a lot of times I get comments from people or on my Instagram that'll just say, I just didn't know there was anybody else. And that in and of itself can bring so much relief. So I would highly recommend this book so far from what I know of it, because it's with you. You're not having to wait to have a conversation with someone. And although you can binge watch my videos and go, wow, that's exactly what I'm going through, and do that. You should do that. But if you want to read a book, sometimes you can just take a book with you. It's quiet. You can take it to a doctor's office. You know how it is when you read a book. You can lay around in your house or go outside and read your book. And you don't have to have the stimulation of me on your camera. But I think one of the biggest things that we're identifying here as chronic skin flushers is that you have your regular, normal human aspect of blushing, which is completely normal. And then you have others, such as myself, who are constantly having an autonomic, is that what it is? Autonomic nervous system reaction, perceiving threats in the environment when there is no threat around, and not just your simple, back in the day, oh, April likes Mikey, oh, look at your face, you're turning so red. That's normal. We should do that. That's part of our human emotion expression. But when you're just sitting there watching TV, or you are working in the middle of your day and all of a sudden you start flushing. He talks about in this book, talks about the creeping flush, which is you've got your normal, just like my face turns red, and then you've got the splotch. And he talks about the splotches on the neck that then grow up the neck, up the face. And I actually was just really relieved to hear somebody point out that that's a thing that happens to people, because his main thing was with his face, so it wasn't like a neck chest splotch like I have going on. But the fact that he identified it and called it out and said this is how it works and this is where it starts and this is how it goes throughout the body just made me feel like somebody gets it. So a big thing that he talks about too is that people are not talking to their doctors about this because they're either embarrassed or feel shamed around it, or there's such little information about it in the medical field, period, that people feel like they're not getting help, or they're just talking and nobody's listening, or the doctor's not actually identifying what the true problem is and then just trying to prescribe beta blockers or send you to a dermatologist, whatever the case may be. And so it just silences people. So far that's what I've read, and I'm really interested in what he's saying, and I agree with what he's saying, and it's a lot of some of the same research that I found on my own and through my own experiences. So if you're looking for a companion, I would highly recommend When Blushing Hurts. Speaking of doctors, I told you all that I'm going to some doctors, going to get my eyes checked, going to talk to a physician about my overactive nervous system. That appointment is actually tomorrow, but I'm canceling it and rescheduling it because I've got some conflicts going on. But I told you about my eye, and I went to the eye doctor. I did go last week. They did tell me I'm not dying, thank the Lord, because hypochondriac sets in and I'm like, I got a splotch in my eye and my brain is dead. But the optometrist, is that what they are, an optometrist? The eye doctor said that I'm not dying. He said that as you get older, at some point in somebody's life, you have your, this is me paraphrasing, don't quote me on any of this. This is the back of the eyeball, and the eye, there's this jelly-filled sac in there, apparently, and then the eye is over here. At some point during your lifespan, that gelatin piece like moves away and pulls away, which then pulls like proteins and cellular something, and that's what I'm seeing in my eye. Not much you can do about it. It's not causing any harm or issues. He said the brain does a really good job at starting to block that out unless you're staring at a very bright light background, such as the blue sky with daylight, sun coming through. And interesting, because that's when I see it the most. So anyway, I'm happy to report I'm not gonna die because of my eye splotches. and that next month I will be going to see the doctor about my overactive nervous system. I have been going to my functional neurologist. We've been working on some things with my arm and my shoulder, and I haven't really gotten much into the skin splotchiness conversations yet because he's just been trying to rehabilitate my shoulder and my neck. And we thought maybe that's why I was seeing the splotches in the eye, so he was trying to take the splotches out of the eye. So anyway, I will keep you posted as I continue on, and just know I'm still gonna be posting to the channel. I know I haven't been as regular here, and then I haven't done any more of my vlogish style posts recently. It's just been hectic, and I don't want to ever feel like I'm forsaking one thing for the other, especially my family. They've got to come first. And so, but I want to give you something, and I want to say hi to you, and I love interacting with you, and I want to continue to put information here on this channel, even if it's not as robust as I would like or as fun as I would like. This is what we're talking about today, because I'm continuing on with the journey, and if you are looking for a good resource, this is it. It even talks about medications and therapies. Really great resource. So I will link that in the description box below if you're interested in checking out a copy of When Blushing Hurts for yourself. And until my next video, which will hopefully be sooner than later, I'm sure it will, I will see you all in my next video. Oh, and be sure to like and subscribe, because if you like, it lets the algorithm of YouTube know that we are here having these conversations about something that there's not a lot of conversation around. So think about other people who are looking for, am I alone? Is there anybody else going through this? They could come connect here. And if you like and subscribe, it just lets YouTube know that this conversation is happening. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and comment and let me know how you're doing. How's your week going? How's your quarantine months going? All those things. See you guys later. Bye.